Rob Gronkowski, he's got his own bowl game. Rob won 4 Super Bowls, 3 with New England, 1 with Tampa Bay. And the Gronk Bowl, actually it's called the LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk at SoFi Stadium. That'll be UCLA Boise State on December 16th. Gronk joins us now. Ooh, look at the backdrop there. You got a lot of fun things in the office there. What's the coolest thing you have there?
The best thing in my office, I would say, is definitely the 3 New England Patriots Super Bowl replica trophies. They're not the real Vince Lombardi trophies, but they're replicas. And it's the 3 that I won with New England. And the one I won with Tampa is down in my crib down in Florida. So it's definitely the best thing in here. Every time someone comes through my house, a friend, a family member, whoever it is, they're always in awe whenever they see these trophies. And they always ask, is this the real one? And then I always say yes. And then I always trick them like 10 seconds later. And then they look for the dent. Dan, they look for the dent that, and they're like, no, this isn't the real one. So I got to put a dent in the one that has the dent over at the Patriots Hall of Fame. But then I trick them. I'm like, they're not the real one. They're just replicas, but they love them.
When's the last time you talked to Brady?
I actually talked to him yesterday, and he sent me some highlights of us in the playoffs, which was really cool because I actually saw some highlights of us on Instagram about 2 weeks ago, and I was like, dang, we were legit. We were legendary, that's for sure. And,
wait, Gronk, did you forget?
I kind of forgot. I'm so busy running around doing all the stuff, doing the analyst for Fox and stuff. And wow, when I see the highlights, man, I think we're the top dogs, man. No one did it better than us. I swear, man. We were on fire. That's for sure.
Okay. Kelce and Mahomes.
They're legit. You can't take away anything from them. But, I think Brady and Gronk just sounds a little bit better, man. It has a better ring to it.
What if it was a fight, an actual fist fight? You and Brady versus Mahomes and Kelce.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. Everyone always tries to compare us, us 2 versus them 2 or Travis versus myself. And everyone always takes a different angle. But all right, I'm going to answer. I mean, you asked. So, I think we'll take them down. I think we'll win. I mean, hey.
But is Tom a good fighter?
Tom's a dog. Tom's a dog. And you know something? I saw what he said on his podcast the other day with LaDainian Tomlinson. Yeah, I got up. He said it this way. I wasn't a I got up from every single hit. And I got to agree with that. And, the rules started softening a little bit at the right time for Tom Brady when he started going into his 30s, 35 years old, into his 40s. So it helped him out tremendously to play till about 45 years old. But I've seen some crazy, crazy highlights of Tom Brady when he was 24 years old, 25, and he absolutely got lit up harder than any quarterback I've ever seen in my life. And I'm sitting there like, damn, Tom, I didn't know you used to take hits like this. And he got up every single time. So you got to give him that credit, man.
Well, I go back to that Super Bowl with the Giants, Gronk, and I was on the sidelines watching that. And I remember Strahan telling me he never had more respect for Brady than after that Super Bowl with the punishment they gave him, and he never, ever complained.
That's 100% true. And every injury that Tom ever had, too, he's never complained. He always found a way to get back out on the practice field the next day or to continue practice. For example, when he ripped open his hand before the Jacksonville game, the AFC Championship game, I don't know, 6 years ago or whatever it was, I saw it happen. I mean, he screamed like a mofo, that's for sure, because who won it? I mean, you ripped your freaking whole thumb open. But let me tell you, it didn't hold him down. He was out there for the game. So nothing holds him down, man. The guy's a warrior. And so if you're ever in a battle with him, he's going to keep battling until you freaking knock him out or freaking demolish him. So, he's going to keep fighting for you. That's for sure.
When's the last time you talked to Belichick?
Was actually on Tom's podcast when he retired. So everything has to go back to Tom. So I was on Tom's, the podcast he does on Sirius XM.
Yeah.
And then he was having everyone come on. He had Peyton Manning come on. And then I started making fun of Tom with Peyton Manning, saying, Tom ripped your plays off of you, Peyton Manning. That's why we were so successful. And then all of a sudden, Coach Belichick came on, too, at the same time. And then we just started bantering back and forth. It was great interaction, man. It was awesome.
He's Rob Gronkowski, won 4 Super Bowls, and he is the host of the LA Bowl. It'll be at SoFi. It's UCLA, Boise State. Okay, how did this happen, and what's your role in the bowl game once it starts?
Yeah, so it kind of happened. I mean, they had Jimmy Kimmel as the host the last 2 years, and it was the first 2 years the LA Bowl was established. And then, his contract or whatever expired, and then they were moving on to, find an athlete. And they hit up my team. They hit up my management and asked if I would be, interested in hosting the LA Bowl. And right when I, heard about the LA Bowl and if I was interested, it definitely clicked. And you want to know why it clicked? It's because it was the bowl game that I last played my last game at the University of Arizona at with my brother, Chris. And that game was actually in Las Vegas at the time. It was the Las Vegas Bowl, but it was the fifth place Pac-10 seed versus the first place Mountain West seed. So that conference matchup has now moved to LA the last 2 years. So it's technically the last bowl game I played. Willie Tuatama over 300 yards. My brother Chris up the middle for about a 30-yard touchdown off play action. We beat BYU by 10 points, I think, and they were ranked number 17 in the country at the time. So it was my last college football game. I didn't score a touchdown. I didn't have that good of a game, but we won. It was the first time Arizona was in a bowl game in 10 years. We won the bowl game as well. So right when that clicked, wow, I get to host a bowl game. That was my last college game, and we won that bowl game. That's a no-brainer. I'm all in. Let's do it.
That's cool. That's cool. Are you singing the anthem?
Yes, and I will be singing the national anthem as well. We're going to have dance off, and I'll be but Dan, I'm not singing the national anthem by myself.
Okay.
So I was with them, and I sung the national anthem to them, and they all started plugging their ears. I was with Julian Edelman at the moment, and Julian Edelman goes, "Bro, let me take 10 more shots of tequila." And then so I'm going to practice. I got the words down, but I'm also singing the New Directions Veterans Choir.
Okay.
So it's consisted of men and women who have served proudly in the United States military. So I'll be singing with them. So I have a little backup behind me. So I don't, so it looks, they're making me look good. That's basically what they're doing.
Can we get just a sample?
My throat hurts.
Oh,
I'll just give you the first one.
Okay.
Oh, say. There we go.
Okay.
The first two words.
Okay, here's the key. It's to be in the right key when you start. Don't start up too high or you're going to have a Carl Lewis moment where you get up way too high and you can't come back down. Start out low. Oh, say, can you see?
Oh, man, damn, I'm going to need you to sing it with me as well.
No, that'll be guilt by association. I want you to do it yourself and let you stand out. I don't want any blame if it doesn't go well.
I'm going to ask them if I can sing the last line by myself, like have the choir just totally zip it, and then I hit the last line.
Of the brave.
And just start hyping up the crowd. They would go crazy.
When's the last time you hit somebody?
Oh, man. Hit somebody. I mean, I would say the last game. I would say like actual hit somebody.
Do you miss do you miss contact?
No, not really, man. I've been having contact my whole life ever since I was 4 years old with my brothers in the basement playing mini stick hockey. There's actually home videos of us on Christmas Eve, and my mom's filming, and all of a sudden there was such a big hit. My brother went flying to the ground, stitches all on his face. I'm the one who leveled him. He's going to the hospital. So like hitting's been in my culture, in my life since I was a young kid. But man, I don't really miss it that much anymore. I love activities. I love the sports where there's not much contact. Volleyball, cornhole, but the hitting wise, I got hit enough in my life.
What was your second best sport?
I would go with baseball all the way up until I was about 14 years old. And then I started declining big time because I think I started lifting and getting too big. I couldn't really swing that much anymore. But then basketball was my second favorite to play in high school because it was just like we had such a great atmosphere at our school. We had a crowd called the Green Squall, and they would just come and harass the other team the whole time. They would go crazy if I dunked the ball. So basketball was a lot of fun in high school.
I'm glad you're doing well. And it's weird how people they push athletes or ask you, when you're going to retire, and then you retire, and then they say, when are you going to come back? It felt like now you're past that moment, that people aren't asking you on a semi-regular basis of, hey, would you come back?
No, I would say the first time I retired, I got it basically every single day wherever I went. And then I would say the second time I retired, which was over, I don't know, like a year ago or whatever.
Yeah.
I still got it a lot. I didn't get it as much. And now I still get it like probably like once a week, maybe once every other week, but it's not at a consistent basis anymore like it was before. It was like every day, man. So I'm glad I'm past that. I'm glad it's not every single day because it kind of gets annoying. You're trying to do something and someone just asks you out of nowhere when you're coming back, So that's in the past now. And just moving on to I would say, I wouldn't say bigger, better things because playing football is big and it's awesome to play football. But I'm moving on to great things like hosting the LA Bowl. I'm doing the Fox analyst stuff. So a lot of cool things like that, man, to keep me busy because you got to stay busy, man. I like having my time off. There's no doubt about it. I like having 5 days, doing whatever I want. But also, man, I got to work as well. And staying busy is definitely a staple to keep me going.
I'm worried about you getting USAA insurance, though, Gronk. I don't think you're ever going to get it. I don't think I'm ever going to get it either. And I just jumped out of the plane when we were at the Army base for the Fox pregame show, when we did it at not the Army base, the Air Force base in Colorado. Jumped out of a plane with one of the Air Force guys that had over 3,500 jumps. So I felt very safe. And I was flipping and doing all that good stuff. I landed, and then all the cadets were there as well. There was about 200 of them, and they were all asking me, does that get you USAA insurance? And I'm like, nope, it doesn't. And then the one kid was like, marry my sister. That will get you USAA insurance. And I was like, oh, man, we're going to another level now. Yeah. Good luck with the LA Bowl, and thanks for joining us, Gronk.
Hey, Dan, thanks for having me, man. December 16th, LA Bowl, Boise State versus UCLA. And I don't know who I'm cheering for yet.
Thanks, bud.
Yes, thanks for having me, man.